like a saint, Santa. Okay.
Like Santa Claus.
Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing today? Good? Okay.
Yeah.
Can we do we have Vicina? I know that Chris went there to do the pastor. Where's Vicina, by the way? Vicina is over there too? Oh, Vicina. You're going to see a picture that I don't know if you ever seen before.
Hey, yo.
And I want to, I know that Chris is doing over there, he's doing the pastor school, right?
Yeah.
So watch this picture, Vicina. And this is the first picture I'd like to show you. And you can see this picture?
Wow.
This is Chris Hart. And I got hair, yeah, that's the first thing I noticed. Thank you. Okay. That's Chris Hart. That's C4, and we're doing a meeting over there. And I believe that Chris was an FA or something like that. I don't know if he was already a marketing director. I was a newly marketing director. He was not a marketing director. And now they're running an agency over here with his wife, running for board council. Please make some noise for Chris and Vicina Hart. Make some noise for them. So awesome what they done. So awesome what they done. By the way, can you guys hear me okay or no? Can you guys hear me okay? So, where we at, by the way? We're in Washington. Where we at? This is
Maryland.
Virginia, Maryland.
Maryland.
It's confusing for me, okay? Where I'm at right now. Like they tell me, where am I? You're in Virginia. No, bro, you're in Washington, D.C. No, you are in the other place somebody said Maryland, right? And there is another place that they Baltimore. I landed in Baltimore. Where is my friend Simi, by the way? Where is Simi Sola? Where is Simi? I'm doing the video. You can tell that I said that about him. You know, yesterday he picked me up at the airport. And man, I'm outside in the cold.
Hey, yo.
And I'm not used to this weather. Because in Texas, and yesterday was 80 degrees in Houston. Okay? It was 80 degrees, and I didn't I brought a jacket, but it's not like this cold. For you guys, it's nothing, but for me, it was super cold. You know, in El Salvador, we never seen snow. There's no snow in El Salvador. I'm from El Salvador, by the way. And do we have any Salvadorians today? I heard there is a big crowd over here in El Salvador. You're Salvadorian too? You're the tallest Salvadorian I've ever seen in my life. What's your name? What's your name? Abriana, can you sit down, please? Look at Abriana. You're full Salvadorian, half Salvadorian? From Sultan? Wow. You must be the tallest Salvadorian I've ever seen. You know, in El Salvador, I was tall in El Salvador. No, I was not. That's not, by the way, I heard there is some Salvadorians over here. Okay, anyway. Simi goes and pick me up, and I'm outside with Chris. Where's Chris, by the way? Chris is over there. Well, I'm with Chris, and I'm outside. We're outside, and I'm cold, but we were cold. And I said, we're waiting, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 50 minutes. And Chris, I'm asking Chris, where's Simi? He says he's in here. So, yes, he's in here, but he was in departures. Freaking Simi Sola, man. Anyway, but Simi's awesome. I have a picture, by the way. That's very special. That's your guy. But let's go next, Santa. That's Simi, by the way. We decided to take a picture. And Simi picking us up, by the way. He's not here, by the way. I believe, make some noise if you're working with Simi Sola, by the way. You're doing a great job. He's not here, but please let him know. Please let him know that I spoke about him, and we have another person I'd like to speak, and I want to give you some shout to. Can we see the other picture too? Can we see this picture? Make some noise if you're working with Caesar, by the way. Okay, what's this? Stand up if you work with Caesar. Oh, wow. Okay, I like it. I like it. Okay, gracias, gracias. And stand up if you work with singing. Oh, wow, look at this. Okay, it's kind of tight, right? I see. No?
No.
No? No?
No.
Okay, gracias, gracias. Now, and I'm asking you that because one of the board council run for Chris and Messina Hart, and I wanted to come and say hi to you guys to encourage you for you guys to become a board council team. That I believe that you guys have everything it takes for you to become a board council team. But let me talk about different subjects in here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what happened to me and what happened to my life. This visit changed my life completely. I'm a totally different person. And it changed my life. And I wanted to share that story with you. But I'd like to introduce you. By the way, we brought two players over there from Houston. Do we have Mike and JJ? Please stand up. By the way, Mike and JJ, please stand up. They came because they wanted to come and meet you. This is Mike. Mike, raise your hand. That's Mike. And that's JJ, by the way, with the pink, okay? They came, they wanted to meet them. When you see them, say hi to them, introduce yourself. They're the up-and-coming players that we have over there in Houston. Awesome, thank you so much. All right, so I heard that you guys are competitive.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes.
I heard that you guys want to compete and you guys want to do big things. Is that true?
Yeah.
So let me tell you about how you can accomplish that, and let me give you some techniques at the end, and let me give you some key points at the end. But let me tell you what happened to my life. You know, I grew up in El Salvador. I wasn't born in El Salvador, and then I came over here into the U.S. I grew up in El Salvador until I was 22 years old. And I came into the U.S., I didn't even speak any English. Nothing. I didn't speak English. Some of you guys might be saying, bro, you still don't speak English. We can barely understand you, Rodolfo. Your English sucks. Okay, slow down. Come on, relax. I didn't grow up over here. I grew up over there in El Salvador. And like Batley said, right, like your parents, right? You say your mom or Guadalajara, from Mexico. So I grew up over there. And I came, and when you come to a place like this, I came because I got robbed. You know, El Salvador used to be the most dangerous country in the hemisphere.
Damn.
Guys, it was so dangerous, you wouldn't believe it. Guys, you couldn't open the window. You know the way that I used to live? You know the place, I used to live in a place called Antiguo Cuscatlán. Antiguo Cuscatlán was this place. I used to have this house that, let me tell you how the house that I used to live. There was a ¿cómo se dice? Un portón, there was a gate, first gate. That we don't have a guard over there in the gate. Some of the places you have a guard with AK-47, like a guard, like really. We see these dudes over there like this. Anyway, so we have the first gate to enter into the neighborhood. So it's a gated community. Guys, gated community over there is not like where the rich people live. Like everything is gated, okay? So first is the gate to enter into the neighborhood. Then you enter and you get to my home. And then we have the first gate for the house, like the garage door. Because the garage door is the entrance to the house. Okay, over there you enter by the garage. It's one car garage and you have a gate. That you have, in the gate, you have the, ¿cómo se dice? Donde meten la llave? The lock. You have the lock. And then we have the chains. So wow. I remember I used to have the lock, and we used to put chains. Do you guys get it? Yeah. Okay. Then we enter into the gate. Then after we enter into the gate, and we have another narrow gate.
Wow.
Like the door. There are two doors. Okay? That's the gate, and then we get into the door. That is a wood door. You guys are understanding what I'm trying. On top of that, we go to the backyard. The backyard is like this. First, you have the ¿cómo se dice el ladrillo? Then we have the brick, and then we have the my gosh, what happened to my English today? English, where are you? Okay, and then we have the lamina, the metal. The metal, and then, you ready? We have the razor with electricity.
Barbed wire.
Freaking electricity, man. So guys, I used to live in the jail. You know, everybody's talking about Bukele and building the, how you call it, the prisons and the jails. Guys, we're professionals building that. You understand that? Salvadorians were professional jail people. Like we know safety is the number one thing. Guys, I remember when I came into the U.S. and I started doing the business, and I went to this house, and I was so shocked, because I entered into the house. You know how people, they go into their homes and they have they leave their shoes in the front door, and I see that, brother, your shoes are outside. They don't steal them over here. And they don't steal, guys. In El Salvador, one day, you know, I had an uncle in Los Angeles. And the trip was, the idea was when my uncle from Los Angeles used to go to El Salvador, we have all the cousins, right? Like, imagine the 20 cousins, you know what I mean? And all we see him, when we see him is what? His tennis shoes. You know why? Because at the end of the trip, he's gonna leave the tennis shoes to the best nephew. You know what I mean? So we all like doing the el mandado, right? To the dude. We're doing everything for him. So at the end of the trip, he can give you the Nikes. Right? So one day, you're not gonna believe it. So I won the Nikes. Now, the Nikes, I'm probably at that time I was size 7 and my uncle was size 10, right?
Wow.
So they wouldn't fit, but that's bad. You're wearing the Nikes, bro. You're not gonna believe it. One day I'm coming from a school. The freaking games, the las maras, right? The game members, they steal my freaking shoes, man.
Wow.
I'm freaking dudes, man. They steal everything from you. And by the way, that was normal. Like, you think that's not, no, guys, that was the easy. I'm glad that they stole my shoes. And you know what, I'm not gonna believe it. The guy who stole my shoes, I knew the dude.
Oh, wow.
Guys, we know the guys. We know the game members. They're our buddies. You know what I mean? You grew up with them. You understand that part?
Wow.
You grew up with these dudes.
Right.
So people think, oh my gosh, the game members. Yeah. Do they kill people? Brother, they kill people. And we know them. In Antigua. Check.
We can hear
And
you.
I don't want to lose my voice that fast. I'm pressing it again. Check.
Tech.
Check.
It's on. It's on. The light's on.
Let's go, Naeem.
Let's go, Greg.
Let's go, Naeem.
Check. I don't know how to sing. If you want, I can go down.
G-Bird got a flag here right now.
Check. No, it's not gonna.
We need
Okay.
some-
I was gonna say something.
Can you guys hear me better if I go down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you.
I don't like to come down because you're gonna think, man, this guy is so short. It's
Hello?
like Check. Okay, that's good. Do you mind if I stay here for a little bit? If I stay here for a little bit? Okay. So anyway, so I grew up like that. Now El Salvador is beautiful though. It's awesome. One day I'm doing the interview and they interview me. And they say, what do you like the most about it? But that's probably with my English, right? What's the most beautiful thing in El Salvador? And I'm sorry, but that's what I said. And I said, man, what I like the most is all the bitches. And how we were and they started laughing, but the interviewer didn't laugh. They said, I'm sorry? Brother, we love bitches over there. Please, brother, the water. We love the water. We love the ocean.
Oh.
We love the sand. Oh, you mean Beaches, right? Beaches. Oh, I got it. Oh my gosh. Rodolfo, don't ever say that word ever. Don't ever say that word ever in your life. Don't ever say it. Anyway, so don't think I'm having issues. Yes, I'm having issues with my words, and I'm improving. Okay. Anyway, so I grew up like that. My dad was an engineer, my mom was a nurse. And my dad used to work for this. I was speaking with Henry. What is Henry, by the way? I was speaking with Henry today. And I tell Henry, no, my dad used to work for this electricity company called Cell. And Cell was the electrical company for the entire country over there. And my dad used to work over there. And my dad used to travel everywhere. And we used to travel. I went to El Salvador in every single department. You have no idea how many places I went over there. All the departments, all the small cities, everywhere, because my dad used to go to the rural places to go and install the electricity and teach him how to use electricity. So I saw my dad working with the top people in the company, and I saw my dad working with a person over there, like they didn't have anything to it, they didn't even have electricity. So I see that my dad was my hero. And my dad is my hero, is my mentor, he was always the king over there in the house. And he was tough, but he was loving. That was my dad, man. My dad loved my dad. And then my mom. My mom is short like this. My mom is from a place called Chalatenango. Okay? That's the city that she's from. But my mom is like this. Short like this. But she's so tough, man. My mom is the toughest person you ever meet in your life. She will throw you la chancleta. You know, my mom, one day my mom comes, and my mom says, man, because my mom used to be a nurse, and she used to put everybody in her place, the doctors, everybody in her place. My mom, one day, she comes home, and I have a story with my mom. And my mom said, Rodolfo, every time I go to work, because my mom used to take the bus, the public transportation to get into her job. And my mom says, I was about 10 years old, 11, 12-year-old. And my mom says, you need to go walk with me just in case we get robbed by the maras, right? Mm. And I was about 10, 11, 12 years old. At that time, every day, before my mom used to go to the bus station, I needed to walk my mom and then go back to my house. And you're not going to believe it? Well, you're going to believe it because I'm going to tell you, I hated to do that. Man, Mom, I don't want to take you to the bus station. I don't like to do that, Mom. Like, it pissed me off. I don't like that. Mom, I don't want to do that. So one day my mom said to me, okay, don't bring me anymore. Don't take me anymore. So I was supposed to protect my mom. You get the idea? Yeah. I'm supposed to be the big son and to protect my mom from the robbers at 11, 12 years old, right? And basically, I was protecting my mom because I didn't want my mom to come and I get robbed. So one day, my mom so I stopped doing it. I stopped taking my mom to the bus station. And one day, my mom comes and she comes running. And they start knocking. You remember all the gates that we used to have in the house? So they start banging the gate. Da, 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 da. Open the door. And my mom is bleeding.
Oh, wow.
All of this. Because the robber did what? Can you see that? My mom used to have these earrings like this.
Oh, no.
Guess what the robber did?
Oh, wow.
And until now, she has it. If you see my mom, you're going to see her. She's, until now, you know how I felt for not taking my mom to the bus station? So that's the stuff that we have. That's the stuff that we go through. My dad was my hero, my dad. You know, sometimes when people say, oh my gosh, I need to be my kids. Guys, I have 4 boys. I'm going to tell you a story about my boys later. But I have 4 boys, and many of you guys are entrepreneurs. You want to do something with your life. You want to improve. You want to make money. But some of you guys said, man, but I need to spend time all the time with my family. I need to spend all my time with your family. Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Your kids don't want to spend all your time with you. Kids don't want to be with you all the time. Can I be sincere with you? You're using that as an excuse for you not to prospect and for you to do this business. Don't use your kids as an excuse, okay? Just saying, okay. Anyway, so my dad, because he used to work in the rural places over there in El Salvador, he used to be gone. And I used to see my dad on the weekends. So my dad used to be gone from Monday through Friday. From Monday through Friday, my dad was gone. And I was looking at my dad on the weekends. My mom, I remember that I told you my mom used to be a nurse. And my mom used to work in graveyard as a nurse. So my mom is like this. My mom go to her job at 3 p.m. So I used to go to school, Liceo Salvadoreño. I used to go to school in the morning. Then I come home. And then when I was 11, 12, I needed to walk my mom at 3 p.m. for her to go to the bus station. And guess what my mom used to come back from work? The next day. So guess what? The next day when my mom comes, I'm already gone. So I never see my mom used to do 16-hour shifts. She used to work in Hospital San Rafael en Santa Tecla. That's what my mom used to do. And I remember that. So sometimes I said, man, and then, anyway, and then, check. Check, there you go. Man, I feel like Luis Miguel right now. Okay. So, he goes, my mom goes, and she says, one day, she says, Rodolfo, we're going to be leaving to the United States of America. And I was 17 years old. My mom and my dad, my mom tells me first, you know, we cannot make it. Your dad lost his job. The company that he used to work for, the electrical company, closed. I mean, they didn't close, they became a different company. Used to be a national company, became privatized. It was a lot of mess for my dad. So my dad got laid off. So my dad is not working. I'm 17 years old. And my mom comes and talks to me. My mom and my dad says, I want you to let you know, son, that all of us, your sister, your oldest sister, your younger sister, and your younger brother, we're going to go to the United States of America. We're going to go to the land of opportunity. Guess what I said? Let's go. No. I said, I'm not going. At 17 years old, I told my dad and my mom, at 17 years old, I'm not going to go to the United States of America. I have zero intentions to go on over there. I don't want to go there. You guys go there. I'm going to stay here. And my parents says, well, you need to go. I give you a month to decide. Because in a month, we're going to be gone. Because your older sister that has special needs, she's about to be turned 21. And if we don't leave the country, we're not going to be able to bring her. So we need to come with her because she has special needs. And I said, no problem, Mom. I'm staying. And the crazy thing happens. You know what happened? My parents says, okay, you stay. And at 17 years old, I stayed by myself in El Salvador. Have you watched the movie Home Alone? Yeah. That's fun. Okay? So, Home Alone is one of my favorite movies because of that. The only difference is Kevin was not 17 years old, okay? So I actually did a lot of parties over there. So my parents left, they went to Los Angeles, and I stayed in El Salvador. And I told my parents, don't worry about it, I'm gonna go to school, and I'm gonna pay the school by myself, I'm gonna have good grades, and I got this scholarship, and I went to school over there. Okay, that's the story. And I graduated, I became an economist over there. When I became an economist, I said, you know what, I'm going to stay over here, even though I'm poor, even though I don't make a lot of money, I'm going to stay over here, and I'm going to survive. So one day, I'm coming out from the gym, and I see these two guys coming towards me. And I see these two guys, and I get into my car, and this guy put a gun on my face.
Whoa.
And by the way, has this ever happened to me before? Maybe not in my face, but somebody has put a gun over here. So I'm 22 years old. So this is like I get scared, but I didn't think that these guys were going to kill me. I thought that these guys just wanted my car. So the guy talked to me, he looked at me, he put the gun in here because I'm driving, the guy's in here, and he says, this is the weird part. The guy started talking to me. And when the guy started talking to me, the thing started to become weird. Because he said like this, I know who you are, I know where you live. If you don't pay me rent, we call it rent over there, if you don't pay me money, we're going to kill you.
Straight like that.
It's straight like that. Awesome, brother. I'm going to pay your rent. That's what I don't remember what I said. I'm going to pay your rent. No problem, brother. I got you. That night, I called my dad. Dad, the offer to go to the Americas is still in. Can I go there? And my parents says, no problem, son. You can come. The next day, I was over here in the U.S. No, that's the story. So now, I thought that they were doing great. Because it's America, right? It's the United States of America. They wear Nikes. Right? They bring you the stuff. They're awesome. So I get over here in the United States, and I see my parents, they're living with other 16 people in a place, in a house with 2 rooms. And the entire family is within a room. By the way, the house has 1 restroom. And I said, oh my gosh, you guys live over here? I was living better there. My dad hasn't been working. My mom started working as a CNA, not as a nurse, as a CNA. What is a CNA? Certified Nurse Assistant. And my mom says, I cannot do this anymore, Rodolfo. What are we going to be doing? What are we going to be doing? And then, I got started in the business. Something happened. My parents went to a meeting. My parents says, I think that you guys should, Rodolfo, you should do this business. And I got started in the business. So I'm telling you all this story. Because reality is this, guys. I don't know if you're going to make it or not. I don't know. I don't know if you're going to make it or not. I don't know if you're going to desire to become big. And yes, to make $1 million. Yes, I make millions of dollars. Yes, I live in a beautiful mansion. Yes, I have Ferraris and Lamborghinis. Yes, I get paid. When I get paid, I don't know, $200,000 in a month. Man, this business sucks. Only 200,000? Only. Come on, man. When am I gonna start making $3 million a month? Man, I need to get to $4 million a month. Damn, man, that's what I want. Now, I need to understand that it has to be a bigger desire for you to win. The desire, you know, sometimes we see an iceberg. We were talking today with the marketing directors. You see an iceberg. And when you see an iceberg, well, guess what majority of people see? Only the top. You don't know what you have inside. You don't tell me, Rodolfo. Why do people used to tell me, man, Rodolfo, who cares about you having, I don't care about you, about a Ferrari. But you don't care. I don't care. Man, Rodolfo, I don't care about making more money. But you don't. I do. Because I grew up poor. Man, Rodolfo, I don't care about the guy. I know what my family went through to be here. Man, I don't believe in the American dream. Well, I do. I do believe in the American dream. Man, everybody in the society is telling you that the American dream doesn't exist. Who's telling you that? The news? Who's telling you that? Who's telling you that the American dream doesn't exist? Who told you that you're not capable? Because of the place that you come from. because of your size, because of the color of your skin. Who told you? Just because you speak different? Because you have an accent? Is that the reason why you're not going to make it? Who made you believe? Who saw you dream? Man, I just see my family. Say you didn't risk everything to be here and for your son to be working at Sears. I used to work at Sears. That's why I said that. I went to school in El Salvador. I thought I was a big shot. I was an economist. When I came into the U.S., my mom told me, Rodolfo, I'm going to take you to the best place to work in America. We go with my mom. You know, my mom is 5 feet. And my mom says, Rodolfo, you need to work here. Where, Mom? Where? Here! Costco! Is it Costco? You need to work at Costco. Man, Mom, I don't want to work at Costco. You must work at Costco. Why Costco? Because Costco Rodolfo, is going to give you the best benefits. By the way, this is funny. I promise you, many of you guys have jobs because of the benefits. And you saw your dream, your freaking benefit. What are the benefits? 401k, health insurance. You would rather have benefits that were harder and become a multi-millionaire. Somebody says, hey, Rodolfo, do you guys offer benefits over here in PHP? I haven't sold anything. I don't bring any profit to the company. My mom, right? Person doesn't bring any profitable business to it. Do you guys offer benefits? I'll say, what do you mean, ma'am? What do you mean? What do you mean benefits? Check. What do you mean benefits? I ask her. What do you mean benefits? I mean health insurance. And then I ask her, how much is health insurance? By the way, how much is health insurance? I just say, how much, guys? Process this with me. $150 a month?
No, it's more than that.
200?
Like
$400 a month?
$400.
So you're telling me that you would rather sell your soul for 20, 30 years to a company for $400 a month?
Whoa!
And you're not willing to go now sell an extra policy?
Wow!
Sell an extra policy.
Check. But guess what? We've been fed into this. Guys, the thing about jobs didn't get started. Guys, this 9-to-5 job is new, by the way.
Yeah.
This hasn't been there for 200 years. Guys, people used to have businesses before. This 40-hour week was invented by Henry Ford. This 40-hour week was invented. Who told you? Guys, this is not the way that we're supposed to be. We're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to become entrepreneurs. We're supposed to be better, improve. We're supposed to be productive to the society. That's what we're supposed to be. Who invented retirement? Who said that we need to retire at 65? That's actually a new concept as well. So all of us were here and we're thinking, oh my gosh, you know what? Because the question you're asking yourself is this business worth it? Is it worth it for me to give this business a try? Is it worth it, guys? Guys, 10, 11 years ago, I was not even making 6 figures. Now if I make 6 figures every 2 weeks, I'm pissed. I told you that. Life completely changed. Now the question is, can you change? Can you make a difference? So I got started. I go to Costco. By the way, I apply at Costco. If you didn't know. But Costco rejected me. Costco is, nobody work at Costco here? Okay, thank God. Okay, nobody? Raise your hand if you have worked at Costco.
They're not going to raise it now.
Okay, you don't want to raise your hand. Okay. We have Costco's here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Costco doesn't hire you, you go where? You go to Walmart. So I applied Walmart. Guess what Walmart said? They say no. And I got hired in the worst place in America. You already know it? I told you I used to work at Sears.
That was President America.
Is there any other worst retail place to work in America than Sears? I don't think so.
Dollar General. Dollar General.
What? Giant is the name of the place?
Oh, they don't know.
That's a grocery store.
Giant? We don't have Giant. You used to work at Giant?
Dollar Tree. Dollar
Well,
Tree
no,
probably works.
no.
Dollar Tree.
I know Dollar Tree. Sears is worse than Dollar Tree. Okay. Anyway, I used to work at Sears, and then people say, man, what do you used to do? Well, I used to be a security guard. That's my background. I used to be a security guard. I was a security guard at Sears. I was working in America as a security guard at Sears. Makes no sense.
Economist.
And look at my size. I mean, there's no sense. And for some reason, people in America, you guys are taller. Man, I remember the first time I saw the first cop. Anybody cop? We have a lot of cops over there in Houston. I saw the first cop. Man, these dudes, you know, in El Salvador, we're not afraid of the cops. You know, in El Salvador, anybody Salvadorian, you know what I'm talking about. We don't, God, the cop, bro, the policía, don't worry about those dudes. Man, I saw the first cop over here, bro. Dude, his arms were the size of my head. Say, bro. Man, I'm afraid of you, bro. Okay, anyway. That's my family, by the way. That's my older sister, Melissa. That's my mom. That's Marcelo. And that's Karen. And that's me, by the way. I'm always like good looking like that. No. That's my family. Let's go next. That's the first office that we got with Sissy. Wow. The rent that we used to pay in the office. That office was in Lancaster, California. Anybody familiar with Lancaster, California? No, Lancaster, California? That's where all the rich people live, right? All right. Tell everybody, that's where the rich people live. Okay. No! And I used to live in the east side. Okay? The east side is there. Good. Okay? And I used to live over there. And we got married with Ceci. And that was the first. Guys, I was broke over there. I have nothing on my name. By the way, the apartment I used to have over there in Lancaster, California was $550 a month. How much? $550. That desk, that cubicle, I used to pay $600. Wow. I was paying more for my cubicle than what I was paying on my rent in my apartment.
Dang.
I believe so much in my business. By the way, at that time, $50 was a lot of money. Our budget with Ceci was $10 a day on food for her and I combined. Wow. You know how you do that? You eat less. Yes, but we used to go to Albertsons. You have Albertsons here?
No.
Albertsons, what is it? Huh? Like what?
It's like Safeway.
Like Giant. So Albertsons, they have these fried chicken that they didn't sell on the weekend. And Ceci and I, we used to go Monday. And we used to buy all this fried chicken with the potato wedges, right? And we used to buy all that kind of stuff, and they used to last all the food for the entire week. Wow. And guess what? I was never late on my rent.
Wow.
Never late with my rent. No, that's when we got started. Let's go next. Santa. And then we moved to Houston. So one day I'm having a meeting with PBD. And Patrick said to me, I think, Rodolfo, you should go and move into a new territory. And I said, Patrick, where do you want me to go, Patrick? And I said, Rodolfo, listen, man, I think that you'll do good. Maybe if you go to maybe Houston, maybe Miami, or maybe Chicago, he said. Chicago for me is too cold. Miami is really cool. I just thought, I went to Houston, and I said, oh my gosh, I can sell to I saw a lot of families there. Like in here, in Maryland, Washington, Virginia, Baltimore, okay? I see a lot of families, so I went to Houston, and I said, we're gonna drive to Houston, Texas. That's SC9, and in the back, you can see the pillows. All our
Belong.
belongings were in a Honda Accord. Everything says in that we own. We drove from Houston, from California to Houston without knowing one single person. And we go together with our dreams and our goals. And dreaming. By the way, the entire time I'm dreaming.
Wow.
The entire time, the entire trip, Ceci, what would it feel if we were to live in a mansion? What would it feel, Ceci, if we were to be a millionaire? So Ceci, by the third day that we were there in Houston, she had a panic attack. And she says, let's go back. This is not going to work, Rodolfo. How we're going to make it? Nobody knows us in here. We're nobodies. How we're going to make it? And Ceci says, let's go back, Rodolfo. I want to come back. And this is when you start believing in God. And you find out that there is no other. Like you have no power. The only power is over there. And we started praying. And I said, Ceci, I don't know, but I have a feeling that God is talking to us and we needed to be here. And we need to stay. And guess what? We're going to pray. And we started praying. You know, for some reason, I believe that entrepreneurs are big believers. Because you have to. Because I believe that if more people were to become entrepreneurs, we will have more believers. I believe that. Because you pray more. Because guess what? When you have your paycheck by the end of the month, you don't think that you need to pray. Because you know that chequecito is going to come, right? That check is going to come by the end of the month. You don't pray like you used to. Now, when you're an entrepreneur, guess what? You're praying all the time. Please, God, send me another rollover, please. Please, God. You know I've been good. I've been tithing. Please, man, send me another recruit. I need to hit my director promotion, God. Please help me. I need you. Okay? You know I've been good. I promise you I'm going to be good. I promise you. I know. We started praying. Say, God, you want us to be here. You sent us over here. You don't give us this dream. These dreams doesn't come from us. These dreams that we have about having thousands and thousands of people doesn't come because of me. The dream that you have, you think it comes because of you? Where do you think it come from? That dream that you have, you know this is the enemy telling you, no, why are you dreaming? You know the issue that people told me so many times, Rodolfo, you're just dreaming. You're just dreaming. Can you stop selling as a dream, Rodolfo? I said, no. In my mind, guess what I'm always doing? I'm always dreaming. It's so crazy. You know when I see stuff like that, you know when I start dreaming? You know, man, one day, I need to have a hotel like this. Like the Gaylord. What would happen if I were to have a hotel like this? And I do a casino. And I do weddings over here. Man, I need to buy a hotel like this. You know what? I need to buy an island. Maybe I buy, not like FC, okay? But I need to buy an island. Maybe I buy an island in El Salvador and we put a hotel over there and we'll do all the private jets that come over there and we'll do exclusive and we'll do the new Bahamas, the new Cancun, we'll do it over there. That's going to be awesome, right? It's going to require maybe $1 billion, $2 billion of investment, but we can buy the investments and we create the new Bahamas, the new Cancun over there in El Salvador. That'd be awesome. Maybe we can do it. And I started looking, oh my God, that would be awesome. You know, I like, man, the carpet, I don't like it that much, man, but I like the setup. You know what, that food, that restaurant, maybe we need to have this restaurant. I start thinking like that. Because I'm always dreaming. That was our first office. You know what we're doing over there? You can see Ceci over there. You know why we're over there working? And you see all the messed up? Because I paid somebody to put the floor and to do the construction. And he asked me, I only had $10,000. And he asked me for an advancement. And I invest my $10,000 cash that I had in my savings. I invested in my office again. You remember what I told you? That I was paying more for my cubicle than I was paying on my rent. I started investing more in my business than I was investing in myself. So then I went and I gave $10,000. And this is when you learn. First, you learn how to pray. And then you learn that you're kind of stupid. I was very stupid. So I gave $10,000 to this dude, and guess what? I never saw this dude again. And we have all this material. We have all this material. So guess who ended up? Me, and I had to go to that place to bring some guys from Home Depot to put the floor. And it's me and Ceci putting the freaking floors and the building the office. Because we didn't have money to do that. And that was the first office we opened. Not crazy, huh? And then we go next. And then PVD came one day. And that was my entire team. This is my entire team. PVD, Patrick and David, came to Houston to spend time with my entire hierarchy. Can you guys see my entire hierarchy? BBD came. You know who's in the business? Out of all those guys who worked with me at the beginning?
You sassy.
Only Ceci and I. Go next. This is my first pastor school. This is like today you're doing pastor school, right?
Right.
This is my pastor school. What you don't know is we have a date. You know what's the date? Can you read it, Santa?
March 5th,
2016. Wait. What year did I get started in the business? 2009. This is 7 years later.
Wow.
In my business. This is my entire team. And I was smiling. That's the weird thing, right? I have no idea why I'm smiling.
Did you shake your head?
That was a secret. When I shake my head, I started improving. If you want to improve, no, I'm just kidding, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Go.
Then, we went up. Then we started growing.
Let's go.
Woo!
Then we started growing. Go next.
Let's go.
Then
Wow.
we started growing.
Wow.
And then we started growing. Oh my God. And then I was making $50,000 a year. And then I went from then I started making $100,000 a year. Then I started making $200,000 a year. Then I started making $700,000 a year. Then I started making $1 million a year. Then I started making $2 million a year.
Wow.
And then last year, in a month, the company paid me $780,000 in a month. My life changed. Completely changed. So what can I tell you to change your life? Now, I'm not saying that everybody's going to go make $700,000 in a month. I'm not saying that. Right? You might quit after this. Right? You might say, what do you get from the meeting? Nothing. Nothing. Just learn about Rodolfo's mom and his dad. You know what? Here's what you can learn from this. One day, you need to tell your own story. I'm gonna finish with this. Anybody knows Kevin Hart?
Yes.
So Kevin Hart, he was working in, he went to Laugh Factory. It's called Laugh Factory? Laugh Factory. So one day, Kevin Hart, he was coming up. He was not big. He was just a regular dude. He was funny though. Like he was a regular dude. So Kevin Hart comes and he does his jokes. Right? He does his show. And everybody's laughing. He was so funny. We finished the meeting. We finished the Laugh Factory, the show, not the meeting, the show. And you know, at the end, if you go to these places, there is in the alley outside, there is where people smoke the cigarettes and all that kind of stuff, right? So Kevin Hart goes outside, and he's outside hanging out with his friends, and he sees the crowd, the public is leaving the event. So you can see the people, he's walking out, and you can see them from the alley. So he's in the alley with all the other comedians, and he sees the people, and people come, oh, bro, you're the funny guy. You were so funny, bro. You, the short dude, you're so funny, bro. Hey, what's your name? What's your name, short dude? And Kevin says, my name is Kevin Hart. So he finished, and he goes home. And he says this, I've been entertaining you for the last hour. I make you laugh. I make you have a great time. But you don't even know my name. I'm nobody to you. I haven't made a difference to anybody. He was broke. He was just making some generic jokes. He was just a regular dude. Check, check. It's okay, I can yell. So he was just doing this generic thing. And he says, you know what, from now on, I'm not gonna tell generic jokes. From now on, I'm gonna tell my own jokes. I'm gonna tell what's going on with my life, so other people can get inspired. Other people can really enjoy the jokes and everything that is going on with my life. And you know what? When you go to a Kevin Hart show, he doesn't tell any generic jokes. He only tells you what? His story. So you might be thinking that your story doesn't matter. Your story matters. Your parents matter. Your kids matter. Let me show you my family. By the way, we became an equity owner. This is my family. By the way, my family, my kids, they're amazing. I have 4 boys. God gave me 4 boys. God made me a father of 4 boys for a reason. Because you need to be their father. They need to have an example. Because over there, they don't see a lot of examples of men. So I need to be an example. This is Milo, by the way. Milo is the oldest. Then we have Enzo. Milo is like the smart, he's a genius, he's very intelligent, he's very proper. This is Enzo. The most temperamental kid you ever gonna meet ever in your life. He might be happy, he might be mad at you. But you're gonna love him. He's the more charming kid. Then we have Felipe, little monster Felipe. The one that I have in my arms. And then we have little Paolo. Little Paolo, if you didn't know, little Paolo was born with Down syndrome. And God gave me a son with Down syndrome. And by the way, I don't think that he gave me a son with Down syndrome. I believe with all my heart that he chose me as his dad. Wow. I believe that he was in heaven. I believe that he was in heaven. And when he was in heaven, he said, you know what? You see those 2 couples? You see that dude, the bald dude, the short dude? And now you see that lady, hard-working lady, beautiful lady named Cecilia? I want them to be my parents. I believe that. You know, I believe that once in your life, you went up there and you say, man, maybe I'm going to show you an opportunity. Maybe this business, man, I'm going to give you an opportunity. They gave you this opportunity. God gave you this opportunity. God is telling, man, I gave you these talents. That's why he's telling you, I gave you these talents. Right. For you to use them. Not to be working at Costco. Not to be working at Sears. Imagine what a waste. But wait, I believe I bring value to the society. Imagine what a waste would have been me working at Sears as a security guard. That was not my talent. How my talent is going to be on 5, 6 in a good day? How my talent is going to be to be a security guard? God got different talents for myself. God had different talents for you. I'm asking God, God, give me more money because I'm going to do good with that money. Don't give it to that dude. Don't give it to the rappers. Well, if they're good people, great, right? But give it to me. I promise you, I'm gonna generate jobs. I'm gonna become a good entrepreneur. I'm gonna be a good steward of your money. You give it to me. I'm gonna help a lot of people. We're gonna help all the people to become business owners. Ask that. Why you don't ask for that? So with that, I'm thinking that I'm getting paid too little. Man, only $700,000 a month? Only, God? No, I need to do more. We need to build more churches. We need to bring more financial education to people. We need to teach other people to become entrepreneurs. We need to teach other men to become men and to become good fathers, don't we? Yep. We need to bring that to other people, financial literacy. We need to teach values and principles to other people. How to have a good marriage. How many of you guys have a good marriage and you love your wife and your husband and everything? But guess what? You need to bring that to other people. In order to do that, you need to make more money. You need to have a big business. Because it just happened that if I were to be working at Sears, making minimum wage, you wouldn't be listening to me.
Right. That makes sense.
The only reason why you listen to me is because I have a big business and I make a lot of money.
Right.
Right?
That's true.
So guess what? Guess what you need to go do? You're a good person. You have a lot of talent. Guess what you need to do? Why don't you go build a big business and you go make a big money so a lot of people can listen to you?
Wow.
Ain't that awesome?
Yes.
So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you. I thank you for the invitation, Vicina and Chris Hart. It's an honor to be here. You guys are awesome. I know this afternoon I'm gonna give you more strategies. We're gonna go through the message and everything that we need to go over. But I appreciate you guys being here. And I cannot wait to see who's gonna be the next leaders and who's gonna be the people that are gonna be the flag carriers to help Chris and Vicina Hart to become board councils. God bless you guys.
Give it up to Ralph one more time, man. We got a couple minutes for takeaways. Go ahead. Who has a takeaway? Go ahead, just shout it out.
Build a big business. You can make a lot of money so that you can influence a lot of people. So it's just a matter of impact, influence, impact, income.
Yeah.
Good takeaway. Next. Anybody else? Go ahead, Chris.
Your story matters.
Amen to that. Who else?
You want your life to change, but will you change?
Will you change? That is the question. Before your business can change, you got to change. One more.
I would
Go
say
ahead,
just his perspective on the American dream. Just his perspective on the American dream. He came from hard beginnings in El Salvador, so he appreciates and he has gratitude for what we have in America. So that's his mindset. That's why he's going so hard. So.
It makes sense. It makes sense, especially if you come from an immigrant household. You hear their stories, and you could ask anyone that was from El Salvador, from anyone in Africa, Mexico. They got similar stories just like Vargas, and they appreciate what we have here. And a lot of us, especially like my generation, Gen Zs and stuff, we're born here, so we can't take it for granted. And a lot of us really do. You know, so remember that. And that's why I'm so appreciative, and not just for individuals like him, but also this company. Now, guys, we got lunch, right? Now, what I tell you guys?
Be back on time.
Be back on time at 1 o'clock. Right? We're on time. We are on track to finish on time. Right? Go ahead, Christina.
12:50.
So, who? Closers need to stay behind for guests. Closers need to stay behind for guests.
Back by 12:50.
Yes.
Right? Be back by 12:55. Right? Be back by Hold on. Wait. We still got 2 minutes. Hold on. Be back by 12:55. We will start our second session at 1 o'clock. By the way, what you think? Who liked Vargas' training?
Yeah.
He's doing another session in the second half.
Strategy.